Hello everyone, welcome to Cuts Tech Reviews. Although this isn't a tech review again, this is another one of my cryptocurrency videos. It's not even a review of a coin or something like that. It's basically today we're going to do Origin, which is gathering a little bit of momentum, and I'm bringing this video to you now because I feel that there's still plenty of time to make some serious money within it. But let's talk about Origin first. It's not a coin per se, it's not a token, it's a protocol, it's an Origin protocol, it's a platform. They do have the Origin USD token which you can purchase, but the price has been $1 I think for 6-7 months. It hasn't gone up, hasn't gone down, but I'm more excited about this Origin platform. Because this Origin platform is, from what I've seen, going to be used for NFT. If you don't know what NFT is, go ahead and search it, but it's a place where artists, this is not just artists in the true sense of painters and sculptures and people that draw, but this is recording artists, video recording artists, music recording artists, and any artist. And we'll get to some other sort of artists in a little while, but this, I believe that this OGN coin, and it doesn't matter if you pair it with BTC, Bitcoin here, or USD, or BNB, the Binance thing. The good things that I like about this are, firstly, it's on some major exchanges, like Coinbase and Binance, not these little ones, although the little ones are more global. And well, they're not more global, sorry, even though the little ones are global, they are little in comparison to things like Coinbase and Binance. And you can buy your OGN using Bitcoin, Binance, BNB, and obviously USD. And I've pulled a graph up here for you all to see. Now this is a 1 hour chart of the OGN. What I've done is I put on some of my key indicators that I use when I'm thinking about buying or selling. But before I go through these indicators, I just want to talk to you about why I like this Origin protocol so much. Now, when you do your Google search for NFT to find out what it is, you're going to be amazed at the amount of money that can be in there for people to use. I don't mean for you to make money, but people are actually generating pieces of, say, digital art, not physical art, not something they can hold physically in their hands, and they're selling them using NFT, and they're going for millions. So it's big money. So what I want to say to you here is that there's been some news recently that Andrew Kang, the managing partner at Mechanism Capital, has joined Origin as an official advisor. Now that's a big move, because he's no small fish at all. But some of the other things that I've just read that are happening soon is on April 30th, which for me is only a couple of days away, 3 days in fact, the well-renowned Dutch electronic music production company, or duo, the Bassjackers, are going to launch their new compelling NFT drop to date. The NFTbassjackers.com is going to be released. And to be honest with you, that's going to be a big deal. It will push that price up, and I think Marlon and Ralph are heading in the right direction by going with Origin and NFT in their forthcoming production. I'm looking at a chart that obviously I'm not showing you because it's on a different screen, but it's showing me the Origin protocol has been steady since January up until, say, April 26th, $0.27, 0.27 of a dollar, which is low. But as of today, as you can see on the chart there, it's up to 1.89. Oh, tried to highlight it, failed. Let me try again. There, 1.89 of a dollar. So that means that within 3-4 days, it's gone from 0.27 to 1.89. And wouldn't you have liked to add some money in it when it was 0.27? The thing is, it's when those big announcements like Basejackers, like Andrew, when they are announced, the price starts going up. And the more that things like this are announced, the higher the price will go. Because you're going to get bigger, it gives it more coverage, bigger artists, more world-renowned artists to start joining. And it's a good way, the NFT, for artists to buy, sell, trade their what they create, their creations, their livelihood, basically. So, in summary, it's it's a very good platform, and that's why it's so high at the moment. And it's not high on the grand scale of things. It's not that high. Let's have a look at the weekly chart for it. Yeah, so it's been up to here, which is 6194, and now it's at 31. So it's been almost 100% more than it is right now. So it's been up, it's been down, but I can only see an upward trend at the moment from this. One of the other things I noticed, some of you may or may not know of Jake Paul, who's a YouTuber, but he also is a boxer of sorts. I think he's only done he's an amateur boxer. He's a rookie, as they say. He's agreed to let people bid on his 69 exclusive NFT Future of Boxing collection. So he's created these rookie cards, and they're going to be auctioned off, I guess, or someone's going to win one. Because he's got such a huge following in YouTube, this is going to be fantastic news for Origin, because he's using the Origin platform exclusive for these NFTs, and this is great news. This will push the price up today without a doubt, which is probably, that news, I'm just looking now to see when it came in. That news will probably be one of the reasons that it's gone so high of late. But anyway, let's do the metrics I use, and why I use them, how I read them, and this is how I do all my trades, whether it be on waves, LTC, Litecoin, Dogecoin, whatever. This is what I use. So the first thing I add is an RSI, which will automatically be dropped in the bottom. Now I'm on the Binance platform here, but I think you can get these sort of metrics on all of the things, of the all the platforms that are buying and selling coins. You can see here that I've got the moving average, the Bollinger, the volume, and the RSI, the risk. And this is the RSI at the bottom. This is the volume here. The Bollinger is this blue and purple lines, keeping top and bottom of the moving price. And the moving average, which is set to 7 days, you can see here it says MA7 is purple, and it's a reddish purple. That's a line that's moving through here, through the middle there. I like to do a couple of moving averages, but I can't do them on here. There is another chart I use. It's also Binance, but it's a bit more in depth, and I didn't want to put that on here and start confusing people, because that's not the aim of the game, is it? So firstly, let's just do the RSI. This is risk. So you can see here, and we've just updated that chart to 15 minutes, just so you can see it's moving a bit more fluid. You can see here that there's basically a 20%, it's 0 to 100, this area here, and we're currently at about 40% here, midway through the 0 to 100. If it falls below 20% or around about, so you can obviously change these margins, but here 23, 24%, where it was just broken over here at this point here, that's called undersold. And if you come up to here where it's above 80%, on here, that's called oversold, and you can see here it's a little oversold at the top. It's above 80% here. It's on a downward trend, and at the moment it's at 44%, so it's below the 50% margin. So it's basically heading towards being undersold. So this will probably still drop. That's what I think. And in fact, if we sort this out for a minute, we can see, yeah, it's a big difference from 15 minutes, 4 minutes. So it did carry on dropping. It's here now, and there's a slight 13% is very, very undersold. And what I expect to see now is this upward trend back to above the 50%. But don't act until you see it. Well, I won't act until I see it moving. Now, when I come to the Bollingers, this purple line at the top here, and this light blue, green, ecru, it's not ecru, light blue, green, jadey coloured line at the bottom, and the middle one is this reddish one. This is a similar to this, but it's showing the actual physical trend, and you can see here that it's low. It's below 50%, very low. Now it can obviously keep going lower, and this top trend here will have to come down, and so will the middle trend to follow it down. But it's holding up based on volume, etc., and where it was here, right at the top here. So I would say this would be a great time to buy. It's current, and there's a green one just popped up. I don't know how long that will stay there, because it's obviously 1 minute, so it's got 60 seconds before it will move again. But this just reiterates the point I was trying to make. It's hit a low, and now it's on its way up as I expected. And now it's hit another, it's going up further. And so if you'd bought when I said here to buy, you'll notice that your price is starting to move. I mean, I'm not saying it's moved a lot. It's moved from 34.57 to 34.66. And another indicator I look at is, if we can, I don't think we can zoom in on this chart, but you can see the wick here on this little green one at the end has a top wick signalling downward pressure. And there we go, look, so it's just turned to red when the minute finished its fall. It's because of that downward pressure. However, this will still go up because it's still low. It's what we call resistance, and the green one here is called support. Another thing I like to do is look at the guidelines. So I'd be physically drawing a line, not on a minute chart. I would go to a 15-minute chart, and I would draw a line through these peaks. That peak, that peak, that peak, that peak, and then the lows, that low, and then I draw it across there. And you can see that if I was drawing a line across here through this low to here, it actually goes below this. I draw it through it, and that would signal to me that we are going to enter a period of downturn. So this is the upturn. This is where I would think the downturn's going to come here. Maybe not. Who knows? On the 15-minute chart, you can see that the price is still heading down, and if we change it to an hour, obviously it will still head down. There's no change in that. But it was at, let me get that, 58%. So when I'm looking at these charts, I normally do a day and work it from there. So here's my 50% margin. It's right on the cusp there. I would sell here. I would buy below here, below this 50%, and let it ride on up over 50% before I cash in. And you can see on the day chart, it looks lovely, doesn't it, with these green coming in. But if we come back, you'll realise when you look at the bigger, more detail with the chart, it's actually trying to force its way down again. And there's that downturn. There's the upturn. If you're looking over the day, it's on its way up. But on the more analytical side of it, in more detail, you can see it's actually on the way down. But I would always base my sell and purchase on the 1 day chart. It's just I know it's not great for detail, but I use the detail to look at the way it's actually heading. So for me, I'm looking at this thinking, okay, it's 55%, it's a bit high, I want it to be about here at 40 or below before I buy, and it looks like it's on its way up. So I'd quickly jump over to the 15-minute chart and see, oh, in 15-minute chart it's actually down at 39% and it's still heading down. So I'll wait, go back to my daily chart, I'll wait because I feel that this is going to drop and this will breach that 50% mark. In fact, looking at it, it's on 51, it's going to breach soon, and as it starts to go down, I will then be able to make a purchase on the downward side. These indicators here, I would again draw a line through the red peaks here, and you try to get as many of these red peaks in as possible. So this one here, for instance, I would go through the body of the candle across like that, and then I would do the lows across like that, and then I could see if the downward peak is going to be, it's obviously going to be lower, it's obviously going to break through the upward peak, but by how much and how quick. You need to, you know, when this upward trend was here and the line was going up like that and the line underneath was going up like that, it broke through, but this doesn't necessarily mean that it's a downward trend. It could easily then carry on up, just like it broke through here and it broke through here. But then at the very next minute, or 15 minutes, whatever they are, in this case they're set for a day, it carried on breaking through. So that would be your indicator that it's going to drop. And sure enough, there it goes, it drops off. I can give you some more analysis, and I will review this again in 3 or 4 days' time, and we can have a look at how it moved. I mean, to me, I think this is still going to go up, but I'm not going to buy it because I'm looking here, and it's in 15 minutes. It's down. It's going to go up, and I want to buy when it's at its lowest. And here it's at 50%. It's not quite at its lowest yet. It needs to go. For me, I'd like to buy it around 40 or below. I hope that was confusing. You can on Binance, for instance, you can buy or sell, and you can put orders in. So I might as well cover that while we're here, because I can see I've got a pancake sell order placed in there. This was from a previous video I did on trading. I put a purchase order in on Pancake, and it got gulped up. So I've put a sell order in, and if we look at Pancake, let's have a look at Pancake. Why not? That's 7,500. Well, it's what we on. That's a day. This looks good for the day, doesn't it? Let's just go for an hour. So it's at 65.54, and I'm looking for 75. So I'm looking for it to go a lot higher. But that's what I'm going to do. Is that sell limit is in there. I'll just leave it in there. I don't need to touch it. Don't need to do anything with it. If the price reaches it, it will sell. If it doesn't, I'm still holding the stock. I don't need to. And you can do the same here. If you want to buy some, obviously don't forget you buy low, sell high. You might say to yourself, well, it's at 65.40 now. I want to sell at 65.00, and I want to buy. Well, it's going to say I don't have enough, but I want to buy 111 Pancake at the, in fact, 7 big cans is a lot of money, but I want to buy this many Pancake. You put your buy order in by hitting buy, and the moment this stock price goes up and reaches that 6,500, it will buy. Oh, sorry, it goes down and reaches that 6,500. You'll buy, and then you can just put in here. Well, actually, now I want to sell it, but I want to sell it at 6,600, and you'd say, oh, I want to sell it all, and just put your sell cake order in, and it appears down here as a sell order. Well, I hope that's helped some of you. Leave your comments below. give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe if you want to see more stock analysis, and more importantly, stock. I'm trying to think of the words. Not analysis. I'll just give you the analysis. Stock. It's not really a tip, but research. Like Pancake Swap, when I went through this in the previous video, they'd only just started to float, so it was obviously it was going to go up. So I couldn't really lose money, and making a video was a bit of a cop out because the analysis was simple because everything was aiming upwards. But there are coins that are well established, and you know, when we're making our analysis, we can look a bit more clever about it. For instance, this is Pancake Swap on the 15th of the 2nd, that says. I didn't think it was that long ago. But anyway, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, and let's see what you think.